Hey there, welcome to today's high performer productivity tool with me, Jessica Perez-Beebe, visionary performance coach for business owners, entrepreneurs, coaches, leaders, and creatives. And today's tool that I'm going to share with you is one of my absolute favorite. It's the one that most of my clients in the beginning resisted because they're like, really? This is how I become more productive? But it's also the one that they continue to use and have had the most success with. Okay. And I call this your top two. So here's what I want you to do. Trade your to-do list for your top two list. I know it sounds counterintuitive to being productive, but trust me, as soon as you get rid of that long to-do list, which is draining your time, draining your energy, and draining your creativity, you are going to find that you're so much more productive by replacing it with your top two. Okay, here's why. Long to-do lists drain your time and energy because they often include a bunch of stuff that's not even important, not even relevant to your actual goal, your big vision. Most of the time, it's busy work that actually gives you a false sense of accomplishment. Okay. And number two, you actually end up setting yourself up to fail because most of the times it's impossible to actually check everything off your list each day, right? And as a result, you end up feeling bad about yourself and you start to train your brain to believe that you don't have what it takes. I want you to start training your brain and your mind to succeed by actually setting yourself up to win. Okay, so here's how the top two list works. You do it the night before, never the day of, right? So on Monday, you're writing your top two for Tuesday at the end of the day. That's how I do it. At the end of my day, I write my top two for the next day. And you're going to write down the two most important things that you need to accomplish the next day. And you need to be clear about why it's important. So doing the laundry is not going to make your top two. That is not something that's so important that is a bigger part of your vision or your goal in your life or in your business, right? That's just something that takes up time in your day. So for instance, if you're somebody who has a podcast, your top two important things the next day may be, number one, record 2 podcasts, and number two, send an email or write an email to my list pointing them to these podcasts. Why is that important? Because I'm trying to get more visibility on my podcast, right? You've got to know why something is important to you. Now, here's a little caveat to this. With some of my clients who really get overwhelmed and can't stay focused, I'll have them just do one thing. So top two is great, but if you're somebody who tends to get overwhelmed and you don't finish what you start, just focus on one thing first. So it may literally be record 1 podcast tomorrow. Okay. So once you accomplish your top two, anything else that you do that day is just extra. It's just extra. And here's a bonus tip. The sooner you can do this in your day, the better, right? If you can get your most important stuff out of the way early, that's just going to free up a lot of energy, creative energy for you for the rest of the day. So that's today's high performance productivity tool. I encourage you to try this out for an entire week, every single day this week, and see how your productivity goes up. Thank you for being with me. I'm Jessica Perez-Beebe, professional athlete, longtime entrepreneur, founder of 4 companies that I've built from the ground up. I've coached in personal development, health and fitness, leadership, and entrepreneurship. If you'd like to learn more about working with me, go to jessicaperezbeebe.com. You'll see that I host workshops, in-person retreats, and I also have a year-round mastermind called the High Performers Club. You can also find me on Instagram. I'll see you for the next high performer productivity tool.